Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about CarShareRides.com. So CarShareRides.com is a carpooling system which allows you to create and share rides with other users. For example, you can carpool to work and this allows you to find a carpooling partner or passenger to your workplace. This is just an example. There are other users of this software as well. So you can carpool to a particular event. So you create a ride. You'll tag a ride with a particular identifier, for example, spring, and you can then look up this ride, or your passengers can look up this ride as well. There are some other scenarios where you want to split a cab fare with another passenger. So in such scenario, you create a ride, but you're not the driver of the ride, you're just another passenger, so you're a couple of passengers driving together. Finally, as a company, you can track and manage company-wide rides. This allows you to have rides which are only visible to your company group. The company group could be something that you define yourself. Within our software, so we have the concept of groups. So to this group, you're an administrator, you can add or acknowledge or deny access to whoever you want in our user database. So as a company, only the people within your group, or for example, to explain it in your a bit better, so only company employees or company associates would be able to search for your group's rights. So it's a visibility within your company or your school and whatnot. Of course, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and so on. I guess WordPress, blogging. We have an online web presence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to show you a very few basic things. The general demo. I'm gonna skip some of the details, but I'm creating a user. I'm going to search for rides, and I'm going to join a ride. So just a couple of things. I'll show you the basic functionality today. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to create a new ride. For this demo, I already created a ride, so I'm not going to go to filling every field and so on, but I'm just going to show you the interface a bit, since it's an important part of the process when you create a new ride. So you pick a destination or pickup for your ride. You also have cab information. So for each ride, you can give details, which are particular instructions and so on about your ride. Here you have the ride type, which is free or other ways. You could, for example, search for rides based on ride events or ride tags. So if you say for the event Spring Festival, I could add that as the event over there. Here I can schedule the time and date, departure time. Ride visibility is if I have a particular group, I can choose it from here, and that's going to be group specific. Now, let's say I'm carpooling every day. So there is an option for you to, as you're carpooling, there's an option to have a recurring carpooling trip every Monday, for example. So I click Monday and the number of recurrences. So I have, starting the week of X, I have, I don't know how many recurrences every Monday of this trip. So that is fine. You can do it that way. This allows for people to search. But if you want to be more simplistic, you can just specify that, okay, my trip's departure date is actually the departure date of the last recurrence, and then you say from date X to X, or X to Y, every Monday this trip is going to be in focus as being a carpooling trip. So every week. However, maybe for your own sake, using recurrence is easier than having to manage more than that. Okay, so now I'm gonna join a trip. Let me show you how to do that. So I already have a trip for spring break, which has been scheduled by another user. So in my search form, which by the way has all the, search by recurrence, search by status, search by fare type, search by taxis. So there's a whole bunch of fields. So you can even search by group, as I mentioned before. So how many free seats. So there's a whole bunch of fields which allow you to do things here. To search what you're looking for, to search for the ride that is convenient for you. Let me see what I have on here. Alright, so I made a mistake. There should be spring break, not spring schedule. Okay, so there it is. Oh, I'm so lucky. There's only one more seat available in this ride. So let's view the details. So it gives you whatever the ride is still available, the payment type, some notes. This was the description from before. Here I can actually view the ride on the map. It's somewhere in San Diego, so you can see the map. It's somewhere close to Mission Beach, SeaWorld. Doesn't seem to be such a big distance. So that's that aspect. So next on I have the passenger total, so I'm just by myself. Here I can give payment details about the ride. If I want to use a certain payment method, so you can get that discussion going with the driver. For now I'm not going to give any details, so I'm just going to join as one passenger. So now I join. So what happens? So now the driver and passenger information is shared. So it says this is basically I'm using two accounts for the same email, so that the demo setup is faster. But this is an email that goes to both the driver and the passenger. So this is addressed to the driver, but is CC to the passenger. So it says, dear driver 97, your driver 91 has joined your trip X, and gives you the contact information for both the driver and the passenger. That way you guys can set up the next level of this trip, which is where you discuss pick up you confirm that you're gonna make the trips. So all these things. So we're not very much concerned about this level. So this is uh, the responsibility of the driver to provide the ride, for example. However, if people don't show up or there's some problem with the ride, there is a feedback system, so you can rate, for example, the driver or the passenger of the ride based on what happened during the ride and so on. However, I would say that there are ample means of making sure that the user have a good experience in the website. I will mention that I'm not going into the details of other running aspects in terms at this point. But you get the idea of how you can join a ride and how you guys can exchange information about how to get to the pickup and so on, and how you can do these things. So you now have the information that allows you to participate in the ride. What else? Did I show everything? So I think now the ride is closed, is no longer available, so we have a whole bunch of riders and a driver. I already showed you guys the search. Here you can view my joined rides. Of course, I joined this one now. I don't have any created rides yet. I have a profile of my own with the negative and positive. I'll just show you the feedback form just for once. So here I can give feedback about to the driver, so negative or positive. I didn't like the ride, or I like the ride, based on what happened. Of course, I can only give one feedback to the driver based on the ride, and if so this is pretty nice. Then there's a quality metric that we have, so this is fairly usual for most websites. A few concluding thoughts. So I hope that gives you an overall overview of this website. We do have a set of terms of service, privacy. There's a whole bunch of things which are described, but we're not going to go into the details as they are all in the terms of service, so you can find that all there. And if you have any questions, you can let us know. But a good thing to understand is that we rate, well, we don't. So the drivers are rated, so we monitor the ratings for the drivers, for example. So this would allow you to do a lot of things using these forms in a fairly short amount of time, which would be very difficult for you to do otherwise. The next point which I want to make, so today I'm not going over the enterprise manage group join groups functionality, so that is probably something that we'll review in the next session. Again, visit www.carsharerides.com for a great carpooling service. So enjoy carpooling, eco-friendliness that comes with it, and hopefully this would be of use to you in the future. So this has been quite a bit of work going on into this web service, trying to listen to various feedbacks and so on. So what can I say more? So enjoy